I grew up in a township similar to where these kids grew up. Both neighborhoods, very rough neighborhoods as well. So in a way, I'd like to say that surfing saved my life. I mean, a lot of guys that I grew up with, some are in jails. Surfing took us away from the rough streets, and we were always at the beach whenever we had free time. So it kept us away from all the trouble.
And you look around and on these walls and everyone's white, you know what I mean? And they don't even see anyone that looks like them. Yeah. But you think in the future there's going to be, these pictures will be different, and you think these kids will be out there on
It's going to be them. I mean, one day, the goal is to have an SA champ come out of this organization, you know? The goal is to have one of these kids be on the world tour one day. I mean, we understand not all of them are going to be great surfers, but one thing is that we're using surfing as a tool to help them better other aspects of their lives.
We have triumphed in the effort to implant hope in the breasts of the millions of our people.
In 1994, Nelson Mandela was elected president of South Africa, marking the official end of apartheid and the beginning of a chapter filled with hope for a country that had long fought for a democracy. However, nearly 30 years later, South Africa remains deeply divided and plagued by racial inequalities that deny Black South Africans equal access to economic opportunities. Today, about 64% of Black South Africans live in poverty, compared to only 1% of white South Africans.
Did you get weird looks driving this car around?
Oh, more attention, yeah. People will say, wow, look at the car. Like the kids, small kids, they like this car, yo. Yeah, I like the contract.
I heard about a nonprofit called Bitcoin Ekasi that aims to create meaningful change for the next generation by educating local kids on Bitcoin. The group is partnered with the surf community called the Surfer Kids to teach kids both how to surf and how to make their own financial decisions by learning about Bitcoin. In the process, the kids gain new skills and opportunities. Ekasi is a slang term referring to the designated area in apartheid times separating Black South Africans and white South Africans. Bitcoin Ekasi's mission is rooted in the idea that Bitcoin can be a pathway to economic freedom. Bitcoin is anti-inflationary money that gives anyone with an internet connection the ability to own their own money and send it to anywhere in the world without the intervention of a bank or government. I'm Aubrey, and I've traveled to Mossel Bay, South Africa, where this is all happening, to find out what it means to build a community that runs on Bitcoin and whether it's really working. Today, we're meeting Luthando.
My name is Utano Nabambi. I'm the community leader of Bitcoin Ekasi. I'm the one onboarded the shops up to the township, and I'm a surf coach at the Surfer Kids as well.
Luthando tells me that most people in the townships are holding their money in paper envelopes, and that many have issues getting IDs, which means they have problems getting a bank account. Bitcoin is the first investment many from this community have ever made. He tells me that Bitcoin Ekasi onboards local merchants to receive payment in Bitcoin, pays surf instructors their salaries in Bitcoin, and gives children from the township Bitcoin as an allowance.
So this is your full salary that's on Bitcoin?
Yes, everything's on Bitcoin.
Does the volatility of Bitcoin bother you?
I mean, it's give or take 50-50, because I try not to use as much money, so volatility of it doesn't really affect me that much, yeah.
Yes, we get paid with Bitcoin. I use my crypto QR. I scan that, you can pay, buy groceries for the family, and that's amazing because you can come with something at home. I think I'm doing Bitcoin here.
I spend like food to eat and chips.
We're headed to tour the Surfer Kids facilities and the Ekasi Education Center, where the kids are learning how to surf and about money.
Having date, block numbers, block subsidy, PTC days, and total supplies, mind. When the kids, they have bad conditions. What is this? Oh, the cockroach, small cockroach.
Okay.
And when we have bad conditions, the kids, they just sit here. So when they're eating, we play some YouTube videos, surfing videos, also cooking for the kids here. If you can find shops, it's gonna work. And today we have 11 shops up to the township. Wow. We have 2 barber shop. When we want to cut our hair, cool. We just go to the barber. If I want to wash the trouser, I go to the car wash as well. Wash the trouser, pay the guy in Bitcoin. Look there. Look up there. No, you're gonna go around.
This is the first shop Luthando has introduced into accepting Bitcoin through the Lightning Network, a solution that allows instant payments for Bitcoin at time of purchase.
Hello, how's it going? I'm good. And you were the first shop to accept Bitcoin?
I transfer some brand into a paper wallet and buy a few snacks for our journey instantly.
Thank you. Oh, we might put 2 bags on it. This is Wallet of Satoshi. Ready? We're gonna scan a QR code. It's gonna connect to a Lightning address with the amount, 43?
Yes, 43 right.
Oh, okay.
Send.
The South African rand has lost 99% of its value since 1958. I was able to purchase 40 apples for the kids. That equaled $2. The area with the tin houses is dangerous, and Luthando tells us we need to be with him to hang out here. Gangs, violence, and drinking are prevalent in the neighborhood.
It was not good because everything is difficult there, you see. So there is no other way to change our lives is to come here. And I don't want to live here in South Africa anymore now because I'm not proud of South Africa.
Most kids in the township, they end up doing wrong things. They end up being on drugs. They end up they end up being gangsters. So the Surfer Kids is helping us a lot, helping the kids a lot. It's changing their lives. It's such an best opportunity we've ever had.
Bitcoin Ekasi gives local kids a community center where they can learn and find their path away from the streets. But even the center isn't completely safe. Luthando tells me there are gangs in the neighborhood and that they've hired security.
They can take everything, microwaves, even the fridge, they can take it. They are faster like Lightning Network.
Faster. As the program has grown, Bitcoin Ekasi has run up against the problem of space. With over 65 kids in the program, the students are now divided into smaller groups between the Education Center and the Surf Center.
40 kids.
14?
40.
40?
40, yeah, but now we just another kids they were staying this side, another one here. It's a mess.
We make our way back to surf with the kids. By partnering with the community at Surfer Kids, Bitcoin Ekasi helps these children see their possibilities beyond the township, whether that's in being able to build wealth through Bitcoin, becoming a competitive surfer, or building confidence and discipline through education. Spoo is surfing in Grom competitions, and he's placing.
Me, I started 2017, he started in 2018. When he was 6, when I was 11, he's the best in the small guys.
Really?
He won a bronze medal. Twice.
You won 2 bronze medals?
Yes.
How did that feel?
Feel nice.
Feel nice? Were you proud of yourself?
I was proud. And our father was proud of that. And then they see that the things are happening. You see.
With surfing, I want to go far and I want to become a pro surfer. I dream a lot about winning the world titles. As I keep watching my role model, Gabriel Medina, he inspires me a lot. I'd love to be like him. I want to go out there and I want to have faith and I have to surf every day. And I know I'm gonna get there one day. It's just about having hope and surfing every day and never give up.
Something that I think is super important to understand about the Bitcoin Ekasi program and the Surfer Kids project is that it is in the same parking lot as a very large water park where a lot of predominantly white families are vacationing. And when you do come here, you do see the stark contrast between the lives of the kids in the townships and the lives of the rest of the South Africans that live here. Everything is still very segregated and very divided, and it feels like there's still two different realities for South Africans. And it's all shallow, so it's like, yeah. So much. It was awesome. And these kids are awesome pushing me into the waves. They're helping me. It's a great program, and if people can help more kids experience this, that would be amazing, and donate so they can get more space to make this like a bigger organization. That'd be awesome.
I came to South Africa in Bitcoin Ekasi with no expectations. I did not know if Bitcoin was working here. I did not want to naively point to countries on a map and say, Bitcoin can solve a problem I know nothing about. After spending a few days in Mossel Bay, I can say there is traction for Bitcoin in this small community. Hope is what pushes Bitcoin Ekasi forward. Hope of a better future, one that promises financial equality because Bitcoin, like the ocean waves, knows no race or wealth class. Hope is ingrained in surfing as well. Every set of waves promises a new chance to learn, to better their craft, and as the South African saying goes, to feel the Lekker Feeling, which means great. Hope that one day the photos covering the walls of the surf center will look a little more like the people standing in it.